Hey everyone, it's Mike. During this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about modafinil. This is 100 milligrams. This is prescribed. You can see it's a nice small size pill, very easy to ingest for those of you that have difficulties taking pill. Just ingest it with some water. I prefer it first thing in the morning. I'll go ahead and answer some commonly asked questions during this video, like modafinil versus adrafinil, like modafinil 100 milligrams versus 200 milligrams, modafinil for ADHD, and what nootropics can complement the use of it. All right, what is the difference between modafinil and adrafinil? Adrafinil can be purchased over the counter. You can find it online very easily, and it's very inexpensive. However, modafinil is something that does require a prescription from your doctor, so please do not ask me how to get modafinil or how to buy modafinil. That is a conversation between you and your general practitioner, although there are some countries where you can easily get it without a prescription. What's really neat though is that adrafinil is so similar to modafinil in that they're both wakefulness agents. They're both going to work to some extent. You'll notice them working the same day you take them. However, what I don't like about adrafinil is I just seem a lot more irritable. It's very easy for things to elicit like an emotional response, and I'm just not able to stay in that calm state. All right, next, what's the difference between modafinil 100 milligrams and 200 milligrams? I really like 100 milligrams more. However, I'm somebody that is very sensitive to stimulants, wakefulness agents, and things which make you more alert. From my perspective, what is the point of using 200 milligrams if 100 milligrams is working? By taking 200 milligrams, you're in essence just going to really feel more stimulated, more energized, and I don't really think that you need it, because along with that energy, you're just going to find that your mind is racing and you're very distractible, almost to a point you're just unproductive because you have so many things at the top of your mind. And especially I notice personally, when I go over a dose of like 150 milligrams, I do not have the patience to speak to people. I would just rather be behind a computer, moving around things on my desktop or typing. What are my thoughts for modafinil and ADHD? I think it's great. One of the really good uses for modafinil is for reading. And for me personally, if I was a student or going back to the years when I was in college, I would have loved to have known about something like modafinil, because you are just so easily able to read, to memorize things, retain information, and just have the focus and have the interest in the material to begin with. Do I recommend it for ADHD? No, because for ADHD, there's a lot of other health practices that you should be engaged in first. You should fix up your nutrition, watch your carbohydrate intake, make sure you're having like stable insulin levels, make sure you're exercising, especially cardiovascular activity has been proven to help with cognitive performance, things like memory, things like your ability to see things from different perspectives, and as well as things like fish oil or just natural supplements are a better fit for ADHD in my opinion. And lastly, what are some of my favorite nootropics to complement the use of modafinil? And those would easily be Aniracetam and L-theanine. If you're unfamiliar with Aniracetam, it is very, very effective at helping you with social anxiety. You'll find that firstly, you're more willing to engage in conversation, and then once you're interacting with people, you seem to be able to shut off like your internal dialogue and not question things and just be understanding of people, empathize with them, and build a deep level of rapport, which is what you want. Aniracetam, although unlike modafinil, does need taking for a few weeks. I recommend you take it 2 to 3 times per day for at least 3 weeks, along with a good choline source like alpha GPC. Here's my bottle of Aniracetam. This is the pill form. It doesn't really matter if you're taking it in pill or the powdered form, as the powdered form doesn't really taste too bad, but the pill form is just very convenient to take. This is from Nootropics Depot. It's dosed at 500 milligrams. So I'm typically taking this 3 times per day. So if you are a new user to Aniracetam, then definitely give it at least 3 weeks before you judge it and before you decide whether or not it's something that you should continue having in your stack. And then another supplement which I really enjoy when I'm on modafinil is L-theanine. This is the powdered form. Again, I purchased this from Nootropics Depot, and L-theanine, it's found in green tea. It is an amino acid that is really going to help you just to stay calm, stay present, and really stay like unattached to the outcome. L-theanine really became popular when people started taking it with caffeine, so it's very commonly sold as caffeine with L-theanine. And what's really neat about modafinil is you seem to not need the caffeine anymore because you're naturally just so energized. And that's a really neat use of modafinil, is that if you're somebody that's experiencing withdrawals from getting off of coffee or getting off of a stimulant, modafinil will work on different receptors to help you stay alert, and therefore your cognitive performance is just not going to decline as it typically does. Because when you're experiencing withdrawals, your memory's low, your energy levels are low, and you just have no ambition whatsoever. What I like about L-theanine is it seems to really mitigate the modafinil side effects. If you're experienced with modafinil, then you already know that you'll feel the headaches, you'll feel a bit more irritable, you'll feel very impatient. However, under the influence of modafinil with some L-theanine and strategic dosing of it, you just feel more present, you feel more calm, you're more like your natural self, and then you have the benefit of having like the extra energy and the extra focus and all that great stuff you want to experience. Surprisingly though, it's come to my attention that some of my other favorite nootropics just work a lot less when I'm on modafinil. Modafinil just overpowers everything. Some of my staples for adaptogens like ashwagandha, like bacopa, like rhodiola, and then even the racetams like piracetam, pramiracetam, and oxiracetam, they just essentially almost don't work once I'm on modafinil. Again, modafinil is just so strong that from the time I take it for at least 10 or 11 hours, all I'm pretty much feeling is modafinil, and then those two other nootropics, L-theanine and Aniracetam, do serve a purpose. What's great though is I wouldn't be concerned about any modafinil interactions. It's not been my experience that I've taken something with modafinil and had a bad interaction or a bad experience with it. There definitely are side effects with most nootropics, but I don't think that they're anything to be too afraid of. I hope this information was helpful, guys. It's Mike. Be sure to click subscribe, click the bell if you want to be informed when there's new videos. Be sure to give me a like or a dislike, and drop a comment. I really do appreciate everyone's feedback, and I try to get back to everyone within 24 hours or so, and I'll look forward to seeing you all next time.